Welcome back to Andersen Acres. We're in the kitchen again tonight, and tonight we are going to be making an apple browned butter frosting. This is a delicious frosting. It goes well with a variety of cakes, and it just kind of punches up a really plain cake because it has this nice apple flavor because it is made with apple juice, not milk. So in order to do it, we have to brown some butter first. So you're going to put about half a cup of butter in a saucepan, and you're going to heat that to medium-high heat. Now, at first you're not going to touch it because it's just sitting there as a chunk. But once it is melted, you're going to stir it fairly constantly until the butter starts to turn a golden brown. Then we'll remove it from the heat. So what's probably going to happen here is I'm going to time-lapse this because this takes a few minutes. So because this takes a few minutes, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch butter melting. So we're going to time-lapse and come back when this is actually browned. Right now, it's just starting to melt. So, time lapse commencing. And there it goes. Just as soon as it's foamy like that and a golden color, remove it from the heat immediately. Okay, you don't want to leave it on the heat. And remember to shut your elements off. So that is browned butter. You want to take it off the heat, and we're going to let it cool for 5 minutes now before we continue on with our frosting. Because if we start adding things to it now, it's just boiling. Okay, so it doesn't need to be cold, but it does need to sit just a few minutes before we can actually use it. So set yourself a timer for 5 minutes, then come back and we will continue on making this delicious frosting. Now that our browned butter is slightly cooled, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to add it to 4.5 cups of powdered sugar, also called icing sugar depending on where you are. So I'm going to lower my beater, I'm using a whisk attachment, into my powdered sugar. Now I'm using the Bosch Compact Kitchen Machine, the 400 watt version. Yes, I promise there will be a link to this in the video description because I know everyone keeps asking. I have not missed that. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on low and we're going to slowly add our half a cup of browned butter. Slowly. Okay, nice and slow. Slow. Always go slow when you're pouring in browned butter. Okay. While that is still going, we are going to add in about 4 tablespoons of just pure apple juice. Okay, so about 4 tablespoons. 1, 2, you don't have to measure specifically. 3, 4. Okay, now we're going to increase our speed a little. Now obviously that's not done. I'm just turning the mixer off so you can hear me because obviously if it's more than on the lowest speed, it's difficult to hear. So what we're going to do now is while it's running on a medium-ish speed, what we're going to do is add another 4 tablespoons of apple juice. Turn up the speed. Okay, so that looks not bad actually, but because you always need to scrape down your sides, we're just going to take our rubber spatula, give our sides a quick scrape. Scrape that off on your beater. You're going to drop it back down, and now you decide if you like that consistency. If that consistency is right for you, you're just going to whir it for another 30 seconds. If you need another 2 tablespoons of apple juice, you can certainly add that. Depends what you're doing with the frosting. So let's finish it up. And there we go. That's actually the perfect consistency for what I need it for. And it's also delicious. Got a very nice apple flavor. It should, because all we used was apple juice instead of any milk. So this is absolutely delicious. It's also really smooth because of the browned butter. It's just got a ton of flavor, and it's fantastic. So pair this with any cake you like. It'll really bring out the flavor in pretty much anything. My favorite pairing is this particular icing with the apple pecan cake. Obviously, they go great together. They're both apple, and they're delicious. If you really want to punch this up a little bit, try adding half a teaspoon of cinnamon. That's about it for us tonight at Andersen Acres. We'll see you tomorrow.